Brooksaw Antiques here. Today we have this 1966 Brother Webster XL-500 vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Up top are the margins. You just push it down the end like that. I like to set it about 0 and 80, about the length of a page. Paper support arm flips up from the back. Little button right here. It's like a switchblade. And this is the paper bill that sits on top of the page to hold down to prevent smudging. Once you hear the bell, you're at the end of the margin. You hit this line space, gets you back to the beginning, skips 1, 1.5, or 2 spaces. Right now we have it on single, but if you want 1.5, you flip that forward one more, skips 2, that works good. We're going to keep it on single for now and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence on the next line. Very nice typing machine. Brothers made some very modern style typewriters even back in the 60s. So this almost looks like it would be made today in today's standards. So it's pretty cool. They still make printers. One of the top printer makers right now. To pull the page out easy, there's a switch on this right side here. If you flip it back, it unlocks the rollers underneath the flat and allowing you to pull the page out easy, or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back forward before you load the next page or else it won't load correctly. We're going to flip this back down. That just locks right in. And got a shift on each side, a shift lock on the left to clear that. Just hit the shift button again, backspace on the right side. Works good. Tab button is an automatic 5 spaces every time you hit it. So you can't set those manually on this model. Touch control on the left side from low to high. Right now it's on low, but if you want more tension when you hit the keys, they respond faster. But you do have to hit them harder for them to print. We're going to keep that on low because I like typing on low tension. On the right side is your color selector switch. Right now it's on the bottom, which prints the top portion of the ribbon. You push it up, the ribbon vibrator goes up higher, and it prints the bottom portion of the ribbon. Right now we have a solid black ribbon, but if you have a black and red ribbon, the red would be on the bottom, so that would print the red portion of that. If you have it in the middle, it won't print anything. It just prints a stencil for copying purposes. Open the hood. All the brand new ribbon is loaded on the left side, so it's pulling to the right. And if you want to switch that direction, you just move one of these forks on either side to the opposite direction and start pulling counterclockwise to the right. We're going to keep this pulling to the right. So now that works good. And this pops back on just by lining up these 2 little rods into the holes. It's got little rubber stoppers. Oops, that's backwards. It's got 2 little rubber stoppers that it fits right into and locks into. This little arrow that's pointing left and right is your margin release. So you get to the end of the margin, it locks the key so it won't print. You hit that margin release, it'll allow you to type past that margin. That works good. Carriage lock on the right side here. You push it to the front and it will lock the carriage in the middle. So when it's in the case, it doesn't bang around causing damage to your escapement. And it comes with this leather zip case with paperwork. Really cool. We're going to unlock that by pushing that back. So now it's on. And that's the carriage release. Very smooth carriage. This is a very nice condition, well-designed typewriter. And the last function is if you push the line space indicator all the way back to the R, it'll disable the spacing when you turn the platen knob so you can get to an exact spot on the page. You put it back to the 1 and you get the clicks. Each one of those clicks is a half a space on this model. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.